Gardening supplies are now available at the dollar store. So come along with me and let's take a look and see what they have inside. And if you have never been here before, my name is Marlene. Welcome to my home and garden channel. So let's start off, guys, with one of my favorite things, and that is to take a look at seeds to see what we can get and what they have. These were actually four for $1.25, so that was a pretty good price. And you can see they have different things here like parsley, oregano, lavender, basil. So these are the herbs right here. They had sage, thyme, and different types of radishes. And by the way, I'll be going over all the different things just to give you some ideas of, what might be some good choices for you, just to make sure, that you pick the best thing that suits your needs. They have some beans right here. That's a mainstay in my garden. I plant beans pretty much every year, easy turnover, and you have succession planting with it, so it works wonderfully well. You can see they have some spinach right there, and they have peas as well. There are just so many veggies in this little part right here. You can see some lettuce right there. I think I may try some this year, but I'm still thinking about that. So next thing again, and this is one of my favorite things in the garden, and that is flowers. If you've been on my channel for a while, you know I absolutely love flowers. And you can see they have like cosmos. I absolutely love those. And I'll have a future video showing you how well they did in my garden in a previous season. Flower garden mix, you can see all the wonderful flower colors right there. Forget-me-nots, I've never tried those before, but there are so many of them here. They have cucumbers right there. And one of my favorite things flower-wise would be marigolds in the veggie garden because they're so important to attract pollinators, fight diseases, and all of that. And this is a previous video that I did fairly recently. I'll link it at the end for you to tell you all about the wonderful things that marigolds do in your garden. So moving along here, we're seeing some morning glory. Now that can be a little bit aggressive, so be careful if you plant them. They can really take over your fence or your yard, and they self-seed very well too. They had some wildflowers right there. Shasta daisies are always nice, especially for summer looks. Snapdragons are good for cooler weather. They bloom when a lot of things are not. And of course, you always have sunflowers, one of the mainstays in many, many gardens. Zinnia is a great pollinator. It is a wonderful plant to have, especially for beginners. And there's another one with so many colors down there. Very, very easy to grow. Over here, they had some more veggies. Now you can see that they have some more beans right there, beets. I haven't had much success with beets. You may have to try with those again. They had carrots there, and you can see lettuce, a different type of lettuce. There are cucumbers, just so many wonderful things, squash, and all of that. And these again were four for $1.25. And there's watermelon there as well. I grew watermelon just once. Over here now they have some flower blends, and these are a little bit bigger in size. They have like microgreens. If you want to try to grow your own microgreens, they're extremely good for you health-wise. Wildflower blends right there. I absolutely love impatiens. It's one of my favorite things. Very easy again to grow. This is a very large sunflower right here. It says it grows 7 to 12 feet. So that's really a mammoth, like it says right there. It is huge. Oh my goodness. More wildflower blends again to attract pollinators. So they have different types that do different things. Here's another one over here again. So it just depends on what your needs. And I always take a look at the back to see when is the best time to sow them, if you're going to be planting them outdoors or indoors. Over here, they had some gloves, very colorful if you like that kind of a thing. They're pretty soft. They're not as durable, but, they'll still help a lot in terms of protecting your hands when you're, doing cuts, like digging and all those things in your garden. Over here, they had some flag poles, or posts, I should say, and some little trellis. One of these things over here that I always recommend having is your labels. When you're sowing seeds, guys, is really important. Unless you're sowing just one type of a thing, you want to label your stuff so you know what is where. And over here, they had these biodegradable packets, and I absolutely love them because, you plant them in your seedlings in there, you can thin them out. And then once you put it in the ground, it just basically fades away over time, and you don't have to worry about transplant shock and all of that. So it works very, very well. This one says Pollinators Planet. It's a Cosmos Grow Kit. And basically, it pretty much has everything you need in there. So it makes it easy for you to get that into a pot or get that in a little spot in your garden. Over here now they have some planter huggers, and my sister uses these in her garden, and they're always so cute, and I cannot wait to see what she's going to do with her garden this year. And of course we'll show you that as well in future videos. And over here we have some flags. They say welcome. I'm getting a new love for gardening flags because I think they add that special pop without too much effort. And those are like, for macrame type hanging pots. And you can put like succulents in there to add that nice minimalistic modern look if that's what you're going for. Over here now they had the stackable containers, and these have gotten very popular in recent times. It's kind of like a knockoff to the green stalks, but whatever you prefer. They have some kneeling mats here. I personally prefer my Maryland. You see I list some products too that are a little different than these where you can get them online, but if you're on a budget, that works fairly well. And over here they had some smaller containers. So let's say you have a small area outdoors or even indoors, you can use those containers. This one's, has a very modern look with the black and, the lines across. And here they had more of the stackable containers, which I was happy to see because I thought at first, do they not have any more? So I saw those. And these ones are great for like corners, or you can use like the plant hangers and hang them maybe like on a rail or a balcony or something like that. And over here, this is like gardening, like a decor. You can put it and the breeze takes it and it kind of like goes back and forth to give that kind of a, eerie look in your garden. Moving along now, we're going to take a look at down here. You're seeing that they have this little pot right here. And I just love this style. That look gray looking pot right there. It looks very, I think it suits my style for my garden based on my videos. So that would be probably the first choice for me if I were to pick some of these up. And you'll get to see what I chose as we move further down towards the end of the video. Over here, these are some hanging baskets. I did not see the cocoa liners, but I'm guessing they'll probably get those. But guys, honestly, it's really best that you go into your center once you can weather-wise and just get them because you don't know how long they're going to be here for. And last year, I went back to get a couple of things. And when I went back, they were absolutely gone. These can be watering cans, or you can even style them as planters, which would be so cute. You just put your soil in and you put the flowers in and, they just spill over to the side. So it just depends on what you want to use it for. And these are some nice little fencing. It adds a nice touch around your mailbox or maybe even before your flower bed. So inexpensive and a, good option there. And these are some small starter pots. So you can use them to start your seeds in there. Or maybe you have like a tiny, like a small indoor plant. You can just keep it in there and put a little saucer under the bottom, and then that will basically take care of it. But they're fairly lightweight. Over here now, if you need to have a pot hanging, you have these pot chains. You can hook them onto there, or if there's damage on your previous one that you had, you can just replace it with those. Speaking of saucers earlier, these are some right here. They're pretty lightweight, but they're still fairly durable. And when you put saucers under your plants, it kind of helps to conserve water because it doesn't run away that quickly. Of course, at the same time, you don't want to have your plants sitting in water all the time because they'll get root rot, and that is not good for your plant. It will basically kill it. but these are good options. Here's another favorite of mine too. These are some clips for your plants. So like say if you have orchids blooming, you can always, use it to snap on the, or to say to clip on the flower stalk onto a pole that you may put in there to protect them, and in the garden in other areas. And these are some fertilizer picks. I've never used them before. Let me know in the comments if you've ever used them. And then over here, this is a starter kit, which is compressed, or I should say the mix. So basically you water them and it fills out and you can put it in a lot of containers. Another little kit over here again, and this one is for daisies, and they had one over there for sunflowers. So just different options to make it easier. Down here now they have a greenhouse, and this is really nice, for winter storing. So let's say you wanted to sow some seeds winter sowing outdoors so they can harden off quicker and adapt more to the temperatures. This is great, but it's really small. So if you're going small scale, then this is perfect. Just get a couple of those and you should be good. So over here now we have some pruners, and it's always good to have nice pruners as a part of your garden supplies. If they're rusty, the ones you have, or if they're damaged, it's time to get rid of them and get some new ones. And I also link some of those below too in my video in the description box where you can get those. These are cultivators right here, and I have used these for many, many years. They're very, very hardy and they don't break down. These are some the sprayer heads. I personally prefer my wand that I use, my watering wand, but they work fairly well, those ones right there. And these are trowels, And these are good if you have like light soil that's not too compacted. If the soil is very compacted, then this may not be as sturdy. But, for lightweight jobs, light soil and so on, it works pretty well because I've had a couple of those. And this one is the bulb planter where it's a little bit more narrow. So you go down and you can plant your summer bulbs, when the time is right for them to go out. And you can see how it compares. One is a lot wider than the other one. So it's good to have both. All right, guys, so moving along down here now we have some garden stakes, and these are cute for like if you had little kids and like your grandkids or your children are really young, then these add that whimsical interest to your garden and it gets them in the garden. If you start them off early in the garden, they're going to appreciate it and want to even help you with the different things that you have going on out there. And it's a good skill to learn from your young. So over here now, these are some brackets, some wall brackets you can like hang, like your hanging baskets on there, or even like the trays that they showed earlier, the rectangular ones, you can put those on there. These are some cloches right here, also great for winter sowing. So let's say you have them in a container outdoors, your seedlings or your seeds before you, after you've planted them, you can go ahead and cover them with a cloche and that's going to protect them. Over here now, it's a little early to see these, but it's good to just get them and put them away. And these are some hummingbird feeders. Those are good usually for a year. Then they kind of change, they get burnt out the color. And they have some food here, but I make my own hummingbird food from sugar and water. Over here now, we have some of these little fairy, if you like fairy houses, little fairy gardens, I should say, you can always put these in there to dress them up. And these are some garden decor. They look like stepping stones, but I don't think they're large enough or durable enough, but they certainly add a nice pop of color into your garden. So if that's what you're looking for, I would say definitely go for them. And then over here now we have some solar spotlights. And these I would recommend, if you're using them, your decision of course, but to put them in an area where you get about 6 hours of sunlight per day, because if they're in an area that's shaded all the time, they're not going to all come on, if at all, and that's going to be disappointing for you. Over here now, these are some citronella sticks, and it's a little bit early to be talking about mosquitoes unless you're in a tropical area, but you can buy them and put them away. Just remember where you put them, and when the time comes for the mosquitoes, you'll be all set. Now it's time to go over to the Dollar Plus section, and I absolutely love, love, love these. If you have like a more modern style garden, these are great for the pathway leading up to your door. I think they look really, really nice. As you can see, they're solar powered, so that way no batteries to be worried about or anything like that. These ones are like caps. You can put them like on the tops of your like if you have a rail, or if you have like the post at the end, you can put those on there. This is a little ant right here, garden decor. We'll see a few more of those further down, but before we look at those, let's take a look at these. I think these are so stylish and so elegant. And basically you can just hang them on like the shepherd type hooks. You can hang them on those or string them along on different things on your porch or in your garden, and they are just so, so beautiful. I absolutely love those. And just to say, if you want to follow along with my gardening topics, tips, and tours, be sure to hit the subscribe button and tap the notification bell twice so you never miss an upload. I upload every Thursday. Sometimes there may be a few sprinkled in between. So if you haven't seen anything, be sure to come over to my channel and take a look to see what's going on. Down here now they have some stakes. If you like this type of color pattern and style, then these were for $5 each. So that's an option for you there. And over here now they had these stands, kind of like a little stool in a sense. But make sure though that when you get them that they're stable, that they're not rocking, because if they are, it may have your things fall over. So be sure to check that and make sure that they're even and sturdy. But they have some really nice colors there, so it can basically work with whatever it is that color scheme that you're working with. It says that they're flower welcome stands. I'm not sure if I didn't look at it correctly. I didn't see the word welcome on there, but I guess it's maybe back there somewhere. And these are similar patterns with the garden stakes over here, and they say those are for $3. And these are some self-watering containers, which are really great because they help you to not have to water as frequently. Once you see the lip at the bottom, it means that it's going to hold water in there, so it makes it easier for your plants. And over here are some more little ants and some little bees. They're so cute. I just think they're adorable. So if your garden is more of a whimsical theme, or you just wanted to put those in for younger kids as they pass by, or your own family, those are great options. Up here they have a lot of lanterns, and I think lanterns, you know, if you look at my channel, I do a lot of porch makeovers for the different seasons, and I use lanterns quite often because I think they're very stylish. These ones right here, these are made of plastic, but I got some during the holiday season made of metal, and they were wonderful. This right here now, it's a pressure sprayer. It's great for misting your plants, like your ferns. If you planted seeds in the starter soil, you can just mist them over with this. So it works well for those things. But make sure that you read the cautions and the warnings before you use it. It's also good for foliar sprays as well, like you're spraying your tomatoes or peppers or whatever, like Epsom salt solutions or any type of food. Then you can use those. I also love these right here. There are 15 lights that are strung together, and we got some last year when we were traveling out of state, and now I'm seeing them here, so that's great. These are good for your patio or your porch. You just bring that nice lift to the area, and of course it gives you light, so that is absolutely wonderful. And this right here, this is a tabletop torch, you know, like the tiki torch type of a thing they have going here. They have different colors, and those are $3 each. So let's take a look and see what I got. I just picked up a few things, so let's go over them. Mostly seeds though. I got my glasses and let's go through them. So I got 2 packs of beans because I always want to have beans. This is a staple in my garden. If nothing else works, I know that this will. I got some parsley. I wanted to try some of this year. It's also good, you know, health-wise, you know, to clean up your blood, they say. So I'm going to go ahead and try that. I got some thyme. We've successfully grown thyme from seed many times before. So we're going to try some again. And the good thing about thyme is that it can take the cold weather. So it just comes back year after year and it works out perfectly fine. So it's a perennial in my area growing zone 8. And I have some cucumbers. I want to try some cucumbers as well. We got some lettuce. I was looking for romaine. They didn't have any, so I took this one, which is pretty good too. And I got some cabbage. I'm going to try for some cabbage. Since it's cold, it's a good time to plant them soon. I have some bell peppers or sweet peppers, as we sometimes call them. So we're going to get that going in there. We got some tags because I always love to have tags to label my things when I'm planting them, so I know what's where, you know, when they're younger. Some clips. These are great for orchids if they're blooming, and they're also great, you know, like for your tomatoes to hold them up and anything else that might need support on a pole. These work perfectly fine for them. And last but not least, I got 2 of these because I'm going to be doing some winter seed sowing. So this is going to be perfect for it. And we'll have a video on that coming up in the future. Thank you all so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed, be sure to do so you can follow along on my gardening journey. Take care until the next one. Bye.